it is hiding it when we want to hide all the invisible text, and it did. So that's great. Okay, we have done basically everything that we have to do to create a component. The device attribute for the entire component is necessary, so you have to have the device. The description and footprint are optional. The reference description or reference destination is also necessary, because otherwise if a device does not have a reference destination, then it's impossible to link a symbolic entry in a schematic diagram to its PCB equivalent. We're not really quite done yet, okay, but we'll go ahead and save it again. We're not done because these pins are not defined. Everything is not defined yet, but we have to perform one more step before we go back and do all the mundane stuff, which is symbol translate. Now this one will allow you to translate everything to the first position. In other words, it takes a look at the coordinate of everything that is visible and make the lower right hand corner all the way to here, which is 0, 0 of the coordinate. Okay, and that's the reason why we want to put all the hidden attributes on top and to the right hand side of the left edge of everything, because otherwise these hidden attributes will no longer be visible even when we turn on the invisible text. Okay, so right now everything is good because when they are enabled we can see everything. Now we can go back and do some more editing of the pins. So we go here, this is pin 4 and pin 4 is G1, and we can edit the attributes out of order. So this is G1, pin 4, and the pin type is input. And then we go to the next side, and these are all drains. So now we have pin label as drain 1. If you don't want to use the same pin label for 2 pins, which I think is allowed, you can always say this is pin drain 1A and then the other one is drain 1B. The pin number is 5, and pin type is, well, we can make it passive. And then we have the next one. At this point, instead of having all the invisible attributes displayed also, which makes it kind of hard to read and confusing, we can go to edit and disable or hide all the invisible text. So there we go. It's now a whole lot easier to read. And this is drain 1B. Oops, I put it in the wrong place. Drain 1B, and then the pin number is pin 6, and the sequential number make it exactly the same, and pin type is passive. And here we have pin number 7. Make the sequential number also 7. Pin label, it's going to be D2A, and the pin type is passive. If you only use the symbol entry for schematic capture for the purpose of PCB layout, I don't think the pin type really matters at all. Pin label in this case is D2B, and the pin type is passive, and this is pin 8, which is our last pin. There we go. And since we're all done, we can close this and click File, and then also Save. In this particular case, we don't show the part number, when this particular device is added to us to a schematic capture and diagram. If you want that to display, you can go back and make the device attribute visible. In other words, you can go back here, select the device attribute, and then go to attribute and change show value only, and also change that it shows or toggle the visibility, so now it is visible. And once it is visible, you want to make it visible and make it display at the right place, so I would put it about here. Now on the other hand, if you don't want the part number to be visible on the schematic capture entry, then you can put it back where it was and change it back to show both and toggle the visibility, so it is now no longer visible. And this concludes a little demonstration, even though it's not really perfectly done, of how to add your own symbolic entry in gschem. Thank you for watching.